I want to make sure. Are we live? Okay, boom, we're live. Because my thing is always so slow. Hey, everybody, this is Unpopular Review. It's Tuesday night. We're here to review some NXT. So much to talk about. It's the aftermath of everything from No Mercy. We have a guest.
There's no guest, and there's not a lot to talk about. There's only one important thing to talk about, and that's all you dirty Dom haters.
I'm going to mute him so we can do the intro. Intro. Oh, okay, cool. Now,
how dare you do that when I'm in the middle of going ahead and introducing the show, Unpopular Review, NXT edition. I'm one of your hosts, the exec consultant, joined today by Dahlia Dr. Wrestling Doll, that hater woman of hers, and the great Grand Slam Poobah, Badguy Jack, who's down there hating as well. And we're here to talk some fire episode of NXT, one of the best episodes of NXT I've ever seen. I can tell you, a lot of surprises, a lot of twists, a lot of turns from NXT. Damn it, work call. Be back.
Thank you, because I mean, like, I thought Tuesday nights was kind of our gig, and then he just want to take over. Like, Jesus, get out of here, Zordon. Yeah. Anyway, guys, sorry about all that. I mean, we're all disbobulated. We don't even know what to do now. I'm not switching the background because I will get seasick. But Wrestling Doll, NXT just went off the air. We're on the air. We heard the executive consultants spreading a bunch of, I did find a video to describe everything that he said. Can I play this video, Wrestling Doll? You know, he kept saying, what did he keep saying? Can you say it for me, please? Before I play this clip, what was he saying?
I was paying attention.
Fantastic. That's great. This is why we're a team, because I wasn't paying attention either. But he was talking a bunch of nonsense, right? He was talking about Dominic Mysterio, who did win the NXT North American Championship tonight. We're going to break down all the things, but he kept saying he's the greatest North American champion. He's doing his best impersonation of Mike Knox, right? But let me, do you believe that he is the greatest North American champion?
No.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a friend actually too. If I can play this clip and to just reveal how he feels about Dominic being a North American champion. So can I play that clip, Wrestling Doll?
Go ahead.
There we go.
Lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Was very much a lie. Very much a lie. While we open up with the card.
Sorry about that. My gosh.
It opened up
talk
with
about
Becky.
Dominic
She
when
came out.
No, we're not talking about that because that happened in the last 15 minutes. aka the worst 15 minutes of my life. That was a waste of time.
The worst 15 minutes of your life?
Yes.
You must have a very, very good life. But I mean, you can't just skip over the fact that the greatest NXT North American champion of all time.
So, I know usually
Wrestling wasn't on my TV screen.
I do want to sit here and say, I know usually when you work with Big Daddy Cool, there's no sense of order and control, and y'all just go over. But there's order here on Tuesday nights. Don't sit here and try to take over. I know that Unpopular Review is your baby, but everyone knows that the face of UPR is right here. So I'm going to need you to shut your mouth and let me talk and let me do my gig.
Any other time you can do that. However, when we are celebrating the fact that Judgment Day has all the gold, baby.
This is going to be a long ass show. Okay, cool. Look, I'm going to stop you right now. Shut up. All right. There was other stuff as you want to keep, I don't know, sniffing Dom's air. We're here to talk about other things. There was Becky Lynch on the show. We had Pete Dunne. I really put Butch and Pete Dunne at the same time. I meant to put Tyler Bate. I messed up on that. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. Tyler Bate. We had Butch and Tyler Bate. We had Dragunov. We had Trick. And all you want to do is talk about some damn dirty Dom. Look, you got Jay. Honestly, right now, no. You know what I want to do? I want to get into that chat real quick because I see the chat is on fire. We got Jeffrey in the chat. He says, "I'll now be calling Sean Mr. Hickenbottoms." I've been calling him that for a while. And he agrees. The ending upsetted me too, Jeffrey. We got JL. He's a big Braun fan. He said Braun killed it tonight, even though Braun was on TV for maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds.
Yes.
We got And we like it. Braun is on board on being the next WWE champ, and I don't want to hear about it. You know what? Since you're the guest on Tuesday, you want to talk more about something else. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, Executive Grandpa?
What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Braun Breaker? Braun Breaker is a tremendous athlete and doing a good job. He is arguably the second most entertaining thing on NXT. That being second only to your new NXT North American champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
This is going to be the worst episode ever.
Until we actually get to that match, because we're.
I really want. I know, right? I mean, this guy sucks. He just comes in out of nowhere.
No, Braun's pretty good.
And here he comes in. You can see his little stupid tree in the background. Like, let us do our thing. Wrestling Doll, let's open up. We had Becky Lynch. She opens up the show. She mentions she's not still cleared to compete, but she puts over Tiffany over in this promo. Matter of fact, I did want to put up because I saw this on Twitter. I mean, Tiffany looked really banged up. Did you see this picture on of Tiffany Stratton right here? I don't know if it's up right now because my computer's so damn slow. Okay. Did you see this picture of her? She looked like she really went to war in that match. Matter of fact, her tweet, I guess it was earlier in the day, she said, "Good morning to everyone except Becky Lynch." And I could see why she would say except Becky Lynch. They went to hell on real quick, executive consultant. I don't know if you saw No Mercy, but did you see No Mercy?
I did.
What did you think about the show?
A few things about it. One, I thought that it was not a good show because Dirty Dom lost. I think Tiffany Stratton's eye is looking really messed up. But you know whose else eye looks really messed up? Dirty Dominic Mysterio. His eye looked very messed up. I was concerned because Mommy wasn't there to protect him. And I also really loved the NXT review show where somebody couldn't sing Whoop That Trick properly. I was really entertained. Yeah. Yeah, I my sentiments exactly. Cough, cough.
Was that the technician?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, because he always has a cough when he laughs. But she puts over Tiffany Strong, and then comes out. We have
Roderick Strong's daughter.
We have Lyra Valkyria. She comes out. She mentions on June 26, 2014, that was Becky Lynch's debut, and she talked about how influential Becky has been on her career. Talk about what she had done for the Irish wrestling scene, and just talked about how big of an influence she is to her. Then we have Indy Hartwell, who comes out too. She said on Monday that she would be following Becky to NXT because she says that as a championship she never lost, which is true. She never did lose that championship. Now this was weird. And I thought I heard it, but I needed Twitter to confirm it for me. But Roxanne comes out and she comes out to booze.
Yeah, because she beat Lola Vice and everybody liked Lola. When they were wrestling last week, everybody was chanting for Lola. And when she beat Lola, people were pissed off.
That's why it happened? Because I was confused why she was being booed. I said, how do you...
For the girls in NXT, if you want to be hated, beat Lola Vice.
Well, NXT is frequently booing good, talented people. I give you Dirty Dominic Mysterio. They boo him religiously each and every single week, even though he's the greatest NXT North American champion of all time.
Oh, my God.
It's just terrible.
When I renew my contract for Unpopular Review, I'm going to make sure it says...
What are you going to do, go AW?
All right, we're not...
Real glass. Cry me a river. Yes. I will go. I'm going to make sure in my contract it says rarely works with the executive consultant, meaning if I'm not listened to, I will walk. Matter of fact, I'm about to start banning people on NXT. The executive consultant, you're going to be banned. Next week, you're no longer allowed to be on NXT.
Well, I'm going to be at NXT, hopefully. I mean, John Cena, Paul Heyman, Dirty Dom. Like, you can't get any bigger than that. Listen to the names I just said. Hall of Famers.
I stay up on Tuesdays just for this.
Let me ask you a question. No. Let me ask you a question. Do you consider Trick Williams a Hall of Famer?
He could be in maybe 10, 15 years.
If he were retired right now, do you think he would be a Hall of Famer?
He's just getting started.
Do you think Wes Lee will be a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
And do you think Dirty Dom will be a Hall of Famer?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, good.
Good job, George. You lost a lot of points.
Even though
Oh, my
Wesley is
Lord.
not a Hall of Famer, but that's fine.
Wesley is
I-
playing Hall of Famer, and he's the greatest North American champion of all time.
No,
Shut
he's
up.
not.
Hello.
Yes, he's
Thank you.
better than
No, he's
Dominic.
not. No,
There
he's
we
not.
go. There we go. No,
He
you
doesn't.
just gave me-
He doesn't bring in the ratings that Dominic brings in.
Oh, look, I'm the
only
executive
watch
consultant. I'm going to
Dominic.
yell and make a whole bunch of noise. This is awful. This is terrible.
He brings
I'm
in
going
more
to try to
ratings.
finish. I'm going to finish this segment as quickly
How
as I
about
can
this?
before
We
he goes.
did this before. We did this before, Wrestling Dog. Why
Mhm.
don't you look at the Instagram of Wesley and look at the Instagram of Dirty Dom and tell me
No,
who
I'm
has
not
more
doing
followers?
that. Nope,
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
You can do it. I'm not doing it.
You know why you're not doing it? Because you already know. Dirty Dom pulls in the people. He pulls in the eyeballs.
So,
my
so they can
Lord.
boo him and heckle him and say what they want.
'Cause they
If
have no
Dominic
choice.
didn't win that title tonight, he would have
So,
the Judgment Day.
eh,
And like that fan said on Monday, Rhea was going to smack that ass if he didn't win.
I mean, a lot of men would want Rhea to smack his ass. But I mean, here's my point. I thought we were talking about NXT. What's going on, Ron? You're not doing your job. What's up?
I want to get fired right about now because you're pissing me off.
You're close. Let's go.
No, I'm not. If you could keep Willie, I know I'm nowhere off from it.
I'm still waiting on that segment from Willie. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me
You said
too.
immediately after NXT, he was gonna have, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all right,
All right,
yeah, okay.
all right.
So, so it's gonna set up for a triple threat later in the night. Becky says less talking, more fighting. So you're gonna have Roxanne Perez going against Lyra Valkyria and Indy Hartwell. They also showed the breakout tournament, the other women who's going to be involved. We'll talk about that later. But the show opens up with the first match with, I'm laughing. I really put Butch and Pete Dunne. Like they just separated and they decided to just beat up Gallus by himself. But it's Butch and Tyler Bate going against Gallus, Wolfgang, and I forgot the other Coffee's name. I know it wasn't Joe. I just put Coffee. Really good stuff. It was solid. I thought it was a pretty decent open. You know, these guys have they had good chemistry. Nothing to go wild about. I did like at the end that Butch and Tyler, they did like a double Tyler bomb 97 on one of the guys. I didn't see who. Some really good stuff. After the match, Gallus jumps both Butch and Tyler Bate, and Ridge Hollins comes out and helps even out the numbers, and look like he's going to be on NXT for a bit too. So really cool. Real quick question: is Sheamus hurt or something like that? Because I don't watch SmackDown as much, even though I'm on the review show. Is he out?
I think I think he might be.
Sheamus has a shoulder injury. Yes.
Okay, no, because I was saying that explains why.
Ridge is down there.
Yeah. So some really good stuff. I see in the chat, George is the point guard thing. He's given a lot of great points there. Good job.
He gave us both 65 million points each and gave this one negative 56 million.
I can't tell you how much my life has changed and altered
It
because life in
has.
Kentucky gave me.
When you say alter, is it like Alter Bridge?
No, I'm saying like I don't give two flying fucks. Okay, he give me all the negative
Wow,
points.
we might have.
I don't.
We might have
Hey,
kids.
give me 100 billion more points lost. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm still the man. I'm still the executive consultant. I'm still excellent. And whether you like it or not, Dirty Dominic Mysterio is still your NXT North American champion. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, because drugs are bad.
How long have you had that in your pocket?
Just 2 minutes. I've been waiting for you to address that comment.
I don't even wear dresses. What did you think about this wrestling, doll?
I enjoyed the match. It was fine watching all 5 of them in that ring. Well, one of them outside of the ring, but regardless, watching Coffee and his brother and Wolfgang go against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, Butch. It was fun hearing the people chant Bruiserweight and Let's Go Tyler, and obviously not liking Gallus because Gallus is boring. They were boring as tag champs. They're boring now. I don't know what they're trying to do with them. They can try to make them dominant and entertaining, but they're having the Omos effect. They might be big and dominant, but they're boring as hell.
There we go. The executive consultant. This is not Dominic Mysterio, so I don't know if you can feed into this conversation. But do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, the guy's name is Coffee because you need to drink some coffee to watch his matches. He's that boring. I want to address this comment right here. Chris Harris, is there a mental hospital in Orlando for you because you need help? You said the same comment like a couple days ago. Let me just tell you right now, okay? Yeah, we have a mental hospital in Orlando. We also have buffets. We have food places. We have amusement parks. We have hospitals. All these things they don't have in Kentucky because nobody lives there.
You're so rude. How are you going to be rude to George? Like, how's anyone rude to George? I will never understand that.
What's his nickname?
The Sweaterverse. He liked the nickname. He never told me that was wrong. I got a nickname.
Well, nobody could tell him that his sweater is ugly and it's not even Christmas because nobody lives in Kentucky.
No wonder you always get to play the Grinch on Christmas. You're just not nice. How are you just not nice to people in the chat?
You thought about Christmas because you saw a sweater, an ugly sweater. It makes sense.
I thought of Christmas because I like eggnog. It's great stuff. We had Dragunov. He makes his way clean shaved, by the way, so he turned heel in my eyes. Anytime you have facial hair and you shave it, yeah, you're a heel in my book. But he's welcomed. He's welcomed by the crowd. The crowd is behind. The crowd is very rude, and I know for the longest time that everyone always keep mentioning how fickle these fans are. Of course, they're fickle because they're wrestling fans. But the crowd is sitting there saying "mellow mist," which is very rude.
But unfortunately, very true. It's unfortunate, but it happened.
Wow.
I heard that I was like, wow, this crowd is savage tonight.
Wow. You are giving me right now JL vibes right now, Wrestling Doll. I can't believe you just said that and thought you was going to get away with that. I'm very hurt by this.
I'm just saying, unfortunately, he tried, but unfortunately, he didn't succeed in keeping the belt.
He didn't miss. It was just that Dragon was a lot better that day at chess. That is all. He did not miss. Mello don't miss. It's his catchphrase. He can't. It's like someone. It's like they sit here and say, "Hey, Wonder Woman and what's the green thing called? I forget. Martian Manhunter helped Superman move the planet." No, he did. No, they didn't. Just wanted to throw it out there because they say that sometimes. But he comes out. They're giving him his flowers. He talks about wanting to take this NXT title to new heights. That's what he wants to do. He wants to take. Get this shit off the camera.
I already did.
Thank you. Listen, you are a guest here.
What?
You are a guest here on Tuesday nights. Stop yelling. Are you deaf? You deaf? Why you keep saying what? Can you not hear me? Did you not clean your ears before you came on the show?
You said.
Are you really auditioning for Life Alert right now, old man? What are you talking about?
The man said, "Look at me. Look, don't get me upset. I want to show you. Remind me of the Incredible Hulk." You said he's sweater vest, so I try to find something he can relate to. I don't understand what's wrong with you.
Sweater vest. It's sweater verse. You. Oh my God. Did Willie send you the clip yet? I just want to know because you keep trying to derail me. So I want to know: are you doing your job on the side? Because right now I am not having a good time. Bad Guy's not having a good time. Bad Guy's someone just put that I turned face. I never turned heel. It's never a heel. And honestly, you can't out heel this guy. This guy's like the black MJF.
No, I was about to say he's our Corey Graves.
You mess with the wrong person here, buddy.
Corey Graves is likable, you know.
Corey Graves is also a fan of Dirty Dom material.
Stuff every Monday. He makes me want to slap him silly for all the stupid shit he said every time I see him on TV.
Wrestling doll. Seriously, how much?
How much?
No.
Dude, you smoke before you do the show.
Why do you guys fall for that? Everybody has been victim to that. As soon as he said, I said, no. Wrestling doll, you have to listen to me. I said no. That was a.
It's just like why would you even like? Come on,
no, you're very rude. You're very rude. He is. You're not good because you're a dick. Why would you say that to my partner?
She said something about Corey Graves.
Yeah, you're our Corey Graves because he says stupid shit all the time that makes me want to hit him. You say stupid stuff.
This person has a name, and I'm not sure why your parents named you Chris, because Chris usually goes to intelligent people. But it's fine. We're going to call you Leclerc. We're going to ignore your first name from this point on.
No. That's good. That's good, Chris. I have a nicknames for my people in the chat. He's good, Chris. So no,
he's not.
No,
he's not.
No, you don't. No, this
material.
is not your sector to sit here and these are my people, all right? They're part of the Jetpack community. So yeah, you don't have any say in it. You're not the mayor. You're not the guy.
So let me ask you a question. Do you just
No.
go for like the slowest people on the bus? Do you just like go to the shortest yellow bus you see and say, hey, who wants to be part of the Jackpack community? Is that what you do?
No, I look for very talented people. I'm sorry that you can't see with them shitty glasses.
With
With them shitty glasses. No, you're failing. You're failing. You're failing at fashion at that. So please, basic.
Wearing a white T-shirt.
Yeah, you know
what? My shirt is just a white T-shirt. Your shirt says you're a part of the unathletic department, which has never been a more true statement.
What are you talking about? When you see me, you ask why I always do something athletic.
That's why you hopping around, but I just assume, because
I'm sorry, I've never seen you hop. I think them knees was new snap, crackle, and pop, motherfucker. You got me cussing on this show. How dare you? Let me keep moving on because this guy's trying to derail people. Just make sure when I come out there a few weeks from now.
Tacos, yes, I know.
I just want to make sure that your country have tacos.
It's a state.
Are you sure?
As she lives here too. Ask her.
I trust Russell and Dahl with everything. Russell and Dahl, is this true?
Yes, that we had tacos in our state and our city.
I trusted her to find my plug because when she comes up here and talk about Corey Graves and Dominic like that, then I know she got the good stuff.
I can't believe all you guys. I can't believe all you guys fall for that. This is awful. Trick comes out. He gives flowers to Dragunov as well. He mentions how that match that they had at Heat Wave is what pushed him to bigger heights and gave him the confidence and just being able to hang out there with oh my God, what's his name? Dominic or Dirty Dom. Dragunov, he said that he said you whooped that Trick, which was hilarious. Then they dapped up. Mello wasn't feeling all this, and he was like, "Yo, Trick, I've been always saying you could be that. You don't need to hear that for him. Mello's still not over losing to Dragunov." And there's a spot in here where Mello, when he's talking to Trick, and he says, "You're trying." He mentions how Trick, being the North American champion, he said, "If you're trying to follow my footsteps, that's not a good, that never ends well." And he also mentioned I forgot what he said, but he said something that made Trick goes, "Well, are you trying to say I'm not championship material?" And like he really was upset by that. To which Dragon,
winning a championship is one thing, but defending it is another.
Right. And
you know why he told him that, right?
Can you shut up and let me get through this?
Please. You can talk about Dominic all you want in the last 15 minutes.
He's sitting there, he's already foaming at the mouth, getting ready to say something. I already can see it. Take it easy, Fido. So are you making noise as I'm talking?
No, that's Barbara.
No, it's my hat.
Yell at her.
No, she didn't do anything wrong. Mello is Dragunov tries to engage even more. He says, "What are you trying to say, Mello?" To which Mello is like, "What?" Because Dragunov, he says this is he pretty much said this is a conversation with champions. You have nothing to be involved in. But then Dragunov take his leave. He said this have nothing to do with me. He leaves. After that, Mello and Trick is having a conversation in the ring. That's when Dirty Dom comes out. Dirty Dom tries to set up, add more friction or more of a rift between Mello and Trick. And I forgot what he said. I'm sorry, I didn't write that note. But that's how the segment ended. Russell Dahl, what did you think about that segment?
I feel like with that segment, it was one of those things where something good happens to you, but you hear from your friends all the time that you could do it, that you could get it. And it feels like it's one of those things where you hear so much from them that you feel like they're just saying that to say it, to the point where you stop believing it. But when you hear from someone else, and when you get that reaction from someone else, or when you do what you need to do with that other person, and then it brings it out of you, then you feel more validated. So that's what I feel like that kind of was like. And then when that friend gets upset that it wasn't because of them, then they get butthurt. That's basically what it was.
I'm scared to even ask you. What do you have to say to executive consultant? I know you didn't come on the show just to sit there and show off your glasses. What do you have to say?
I say it's time for a commercial break.
We got those?
We have them.
Hey, you want to play it?
I got you. Give us an outro.
Oh, here's a commercial.
However, Bronson Reed, in my opinion, was never even over on NXT.
Nah, man, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
They put a strap on him and everything, man.
Yeah, because they were trying to force it. You know, people do it all the time. Look at AEW. People force things. It doesn't need to be forced. Bronson Reed is not it.
I mean, look,
he was like, oh, there was no campaign saying thank you, Bronson. There was no campaign saying why Bronson, why.
It's just that it's about a meat match, bro. Like, it's about him jumping off the top rope, looking like Earthquake.
He doesn't even jump off the top rope. Why do the people keep saying that? That shit bothers me. He doesn't jump. He falls. He falls off the top rope. Look at him. Yes, look at his flash. Hold on.
Let him fall. It's effective. That shit is scary when you're looking at it on TV. It's like, yo, I mean, like,
yeah, I would be scared if I saw him.
I was like, damn.
I don't even care if he's falling. I would still be frightened. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you're gonna take it extra. Now, see.
Yeah, you're damn right. This is what he does. I want everybody to see what he does. This is what he does.
That's funny. Look, his knees.
They're like 4. That's not a jump. That is not a jump. That is literally a fall. That is what he does
with his knees.
I think that was one bad example, though.
No, he does that every week. I paid attention. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Unpopular Review NXT edition. I have a question for the great Grand Slam Pooba. Grand Slam Pooba, did you watch Monday Night Raw?
I did.
Did you see Bronson Reed in the ring?
I did.
Did you pay attention to Tsunami?
Once again, all I'm saying is you keep saying he didn't jump. I don't care if a big man like him is falling. That's a problem.
If you are in a court of law, I'm not saying this is a court of law, and I ask a question like that, you have to restrain your answers to a yes or no. Did you see the fall?
Not really, because I didn't watch it.
Dirty Dominic Mysterio is your new NXT North American champion. I just wanted to rub it in I just wanted to rub it in some people's faces. I am actually done for this evening. I'm going to turn it back over to these two lovely people. Thank you so much for having me on, and you two have a.
We didn't have a fucking choice. You just popped up. How do you even sit here and say this? How does this man sit here and lie to the people and say, "Thank you for having me"? We didn't leave the door open. You just walked in, and not blame us for not locking the door. So when I sit here and see you say, "Thank you for having me," do not lie. Get out of here, please. The chat is upset. You've upset me.
Well, who in the chat's upset? I didn't upset anybody in the chat.
George is very upset, and I don't like when George is upset.
Who's upset?
I'm not walking into one of your.
I would have liked.
I'm not walking. I think George have a very good and then he leaves the shit up as he leaves. I swear he leave. Like, how do you leave stuff? It's like practically what he did. He practically like came in, said nice couch, and he rubbed mud on my couch. Like, what the? Okay, we're back on track. Let's get back on track. Wrestling Doll. I don't even know how we continue after that, but we're gonna do it because we are the best.
We had to deal with them for nearly half an hour and just move on, so that we don't have to hear every time 2 seconds that Dirty Dominic is our new North American champion.
I think I was ready to like do something on air that would have not looked good on air. I'm talking about getting a strain of white things, cut them up, and just start right here on air because I don't think I could have took it anymore. Next match, we have India Hartwell against Roxanne Perez and Lara Valkyria, and the winner would be the number 1 contender for night 1 of Halloween Havoc, which is dope. They're having 2 nights of Halloween Havoc, so the week that I'm coming out, I could catch that first week because I wanted to do a Halloween Havoc, but I didn't think they were gonna. I didn't know they were gonna do 2 parts. You might be right about that, Jeffrey, because he never really left. He never really left. No, he didn't. I think he's just waiting. He's foaming at the mouth as we speak. But But it was a triple threat, and I thought these women went out there, bust their ass. They had a pretty solid showing. Indy, I feel like this was no, but Indy had a match on the main roster, right? Because I feel like this was her first match in a while, but probably not.
I
Roxanne,
think, well, let me double check
sure.
if she
Please do.
did. She might have probably had a match on the main roster.
What was I gonna carry on with? But these women out there, they had a good showing. There was a spot I thought it was really cool. Roxanne's pop rocks. One of the things I like about it, I said in one of the older reviews, is that how it could just come out of nowhere. And there was a spot where Indy was running into her, and then she just hit this pop rocks out of nowhere. Had to win, but then Kiana
got in the way.
Yes, Kiana James
Talk about why she did that in a moment.
Yeah, she came out there, pulled out Roxanne, and
basically gave Lyra the win.
Yeah, did. Becky had me laughing on commentary. There was a few times you would see her and she had funny expressions and stuff like that. There was a spot where Vic said, people been saying something, and she said, what have people been saying about me? It was actually pretty funny.
Talking about Becky, like
yes,
coming down NXT and her opinion of like the women's division of how it's been booked and all that. Like with Tegan Nox, she wanted to give her that title shot before, but like,
and I'm glad, and I'm honestly glad that they are doing that.
Natty for taking Tegan's place,
and I'm glad they're giving Tegan that spot.
I just hope the match that Tegan gets is not under 3 minutes.
If you want to really build her up, you gotta give her time. You gotta give her time in the ring.
No, and that's not a problem, because I mean, she can go. I mean,
no, she can go, but my thing is backstage. I'm talking about the people who produce these matches. You're not gonna. You don't get over in 3 minutes. You need her to have.
That's the thing. Like, give her at least like maybe 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit longer. But 10 minutes. I mean, 10 minutes and show to give us. You know what was so cool back in the day? I think it was like 2015. John Cena was having these United States Open Challenge, and I mean there was a bunch of them. I mean, I remember him and Wade had a fun one, but one I really liked was him and Sammy. I forget how much time that they had, but they gave him time, and that was the one where Sammy pretty much wrestled with one arm. And my point is, using that as an example, is that's how people get over, and it probably helped a lot too, because Sammy, when they had that, they were in Canada, so that helped too. But my point is, they gave him time. Sammy was able to show what he could do, and that's something I would hope that they do next Monday for Tegan Nox, that they give her time, because I think I like Tegan Nox. I hear people, and it's a shame when I hear like, oh, they're not over on the main roster. But I think also too, it doesn't help that she's not featured as much. I think there's something
featured as much, then you're not going to get over as much. That's one of the things that Becky's trying to do. She's trying to help these women. She's trying to help like Tegan, like Candace, like those that are
Lyra,
that are down there that don't get on TV that much.
Lyra
became the champion of NXT to help the women's divisions, to help give out good matches and put them over. That is a certified first ballot Hall of Famer.
I agree. But Lyra Valkyria gets the win. I was actually surprised. I kind of went with. I didn't think
when I was like, if they're gonna bring her down there, then what was the point?
I thought there was definitely
trying to build something with her up there with Candace or something.
Right.
What y'all gonna do? She's fine. Her foot's not injured. She wrestled.
I thought that Indy, because I saw some people saying Indy, and Indy would have been a great choice because there's a story there.
She never technically lost the title. She had to vacate it because she was injured and she got called up.
Yes. So there's that story. And but I kind of was leaning towards Roxanne, because I said maybe they save Lyra Valkyria for I don't know when, but they save it. Because I still see her as the one to take the title off Becky. But I don't even know anymore. Maybe I don't know. I just don't know at this point. I didn't think Lyra would get the win. I said Roxanne, but
I was thinking Indy. Only because it would make sense for her to go down there to lose and then go back to Raw.
We got we got in the chat. We got George. He said he was very upset, but we're glad that you're calm. You know, he tries to get underneath your skin, but you can't let him get underneath your skin. We got Roderick.
You gotta give it to him so that he can have that moment and then just move on. That's why I quote unquote fell for when he said, "How much?"
We got Roderick. Shout out to him. He says, "Hi, Russell Dahl, and what's up, Grand Poobah?" Yes, hi. Tegan Knox should stay in NXT for a while too. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I wouldn't either, but I feel like they would forget about her for a good while.
I saw something recently.
They're focusing more on the new girls that they have over there.
I saw someone on Twitter, and I actually like this a lot. They were sitting there saying Cedric Alexander should go to NXT, and I would be for that because I think he's such a great talent, and they're not doing anything with him.
Well, they're not doing
he was.
Matter of fact, got rid of his partner.
Matter of fact, but even still, I thought he was good on his own anyway. Just talented in the ring. He was one of the hearts and soul of the NXT cruiserweight division, or the cruiserweight. I think it was still in the main roster, but he was a heart and soul, and it's just a shame that they're not doing anything with him. I know he was on this week. Matter of fact, when he was talking, the executive consultant was talking about Bronson Reed. It reminded me. I was like, oh right, he fought Bronson Reed, probably got some hits in, and then just got squashed, which is a shame. But yeah, did you give your thoughts? I'm sorry about this triple threat before I moved on to the next segment.
Well, it was definitely the start of a woman's.
Give us a minute, George.
Basically.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It felt like a evolution in under an hour, which was kind of fun because it was mostly women's matches tonight, and this was the start of that. And this was a pretty good match. It was nice to see Indy on my stream again, since I don't always watch Raw. Because staying up for 3 hours to watch wrestling, even I can get bored of that.
That's hard to do. Absolutely.
And I've done it before, but I can't keep doing it all the time, especially not with my job now. But it was a good match. It was fun. I like seeing Indy back there again. Everybody was happy to see Indy back. The people were for Lyra as well. And the people need to get over Roxanne beating Lola last week and stop booing the crap out of her just because of that.
People are gross.
The people that go to NXT, just because someone beats someone you like, you don't gotta hate on them. That's not a reason. If they can't wrestle,
I don't think that crowd even knows.
Leave it alone.
I can't wait to take in that atmosphere in a few weeks and to be there, because that is they are so fickle, and you know they've been fickle for a long time. I mean, when they were born,
most of them, if not all of them, are local. So
yeah. What was I gonna move on to? Oh, I'm sorry. George, he wanted to talk about Jade Cargill. Let's move. Thank you, George. George is that is so surprising. Like, George is so nice. I think he's only nice to me because the executive consultant was such an asshole. Because we usually go back and forth, but he said I should have my own show. Thank you, but I would make sure to bring Wrestling Doll here because sometimes I get my facts wrong, and you always bring up the facts. We got Chris. He said something in the thing earlier about Roxanne. I wouldn't turn her heel. I just couldn't see it.
She's not being a heel or anything. Like I said, the people were only booing because she beat Lola last week, and everybody in there loves Lola.
Roddy in the chat wants to be and you want to. I'm pretty sure you want to hear my catchphrase, Roddy. And I have a catchphrase, and it goes, "You think you're so funny," because he said they should bring Icky Man to NXT. Now it's a shame that he got let go. I'd never root for anyone to lose their job, so that was really, really sad. But I still sit here and say I had way better jackets than him. Matter of fact, next week is going to be the start of Jacket Jack. You wait and see. I'm going to wear a jacket on each show because I have a lot of it. So let's get that going. Jacket Jack. We got Hat Doll, Jacket Jack. That's what I'm talking about. What do we have in the thing? I'm trying to look at George. He mentioned something about, what did he say about Jade Cargill? Because I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for it real quick. Just rewrite the thing, and we'll comment on it on George. Oh, that's all right. Oh, thank you. See, that's why if I have a talk show, you gotta be here. Badguy Jack Russell. No, Jade Cargill is expected to be at the WWE Fastlane this Saturday. Expected to be on Raw and SmackDown next week. Yeah, they're saying pretty much she's I wanted her to go to NXT, but after a while, and like on SmackDown and on Raw, they hyped up the signing, so it's clear she's going to be on the main brand. But her on Raw, I was like, I would keep her. I would separate her and Bianca because Bianca is a SmackDown star.
That's why she's on Raw.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was if you're going to do that, I said I would do that. I would do that. Oh, what did you think? I'm sorry. Did you have any thoughts
on that? Well, if they do that, then so be it. I just want to see if she's improved with the training that she's gotten at the Performance Center before I say anything about that.
We got Jeffrey. He said because he agrees. I wanted to go on NXT because I just thought she could get some more reps out there. She could have got once again, I sound like a broken record. She has it. I mean, she has the look. She has the presence. And I think she got a good, she got her character. She knows her character, right? In ring, it's just.
But sometimes you can't get promo.
But I also sit here and go, in NXT, you have an opportunity to get better like that. I feel like you're just throwing her into the
lion's den.
There we go. Oh, sounds horrible. I was going to say something with sharks, but either way, it sounds like something with sharp teeth, which sounds terrible.
Shark Tank?
I would hate that. And I agree, Jeffrey. Keep her away from Charlotte. Please. I mean, not now. I will go right now because eventually it's going to happen. I just sit here and say, don't blow your load. Like, take your time. That's why I said also NXT, take your time. You know, because I don't need her being in the ring.
Everybody got so excited. They're going to be so disappointed that they don't get to see her on Raw or SmackDown. Instead have to deal with her on NXT in the same place every week, training week after week and getting better. Oh my God, that's so horrible. Trying to improve her skills so she can actually look decent in the ring. What kind of monsters would they be?
I was trying to think of a monster. Are trolls counted as monsters? Trolls?
Depending which movie you're talking, which version of them you're talking about.
The one that's voiced by Justin Timberlake and that Anna girl.
Anna Kendrick. Those trolls are monsters. Those ones are cute.
Are you sure? I get petrified when I see them.
I don't. So yes,
I am shaken, especially the one with all the glitter. Startles me. It's the thing of nightmares. We got a segment with Braun and Melo. You remember these two, right? These two had the youngest main event WrestleMania weekend. Two stars who really helped build this new NXT. Braun sits here and says, "Hey, man, I know how you feel." Shout out to Braun, too, because he kept his beard. You know, unlike that fraudulent. George, you want to get on my good side? At least a negative 15 points for Dragunov because he shaved his goatee. That was whack. I don't even know how to follow up with that. But Braun, he says, I know what you're going through. I know the feeling you're doing. And Melo's like, nah, I know you don't. He's like, no, I do. You know, when Dragunov won the championship, once he won the championship, they were chanting his name and not you. And they were sitting there saying, you're not him. And, you know, he says, nah, I don't agree to that. You know, you still him. Of course, Braun has to say that because he lost. Melo beat him twice. And then he tells him, like, feed into the rage, beat up everybody, and beat up your boy Trick. You can tell Braun don't have many friends.
Braun doesn't care about having friends no more. He's literally the Baron Corbin of NXT now, even though Baron Corbin is there. Baron Corbin cared about having friends.
No, they don't care about
it. Now he's just trying to instigate it so that Trick and Melo are no longer friends either. And so that way he can get Melo upset and try to challenge him for that title again. Which I know how I said that sounds funny.
No, that was hilarious. I'm laughing at also the chat. You guys are hilarious. But let's talk about this match. This match was I honestly moved around a lot because this match didn't do it for me. Blair Davenport against Gigi Dolan's. I know they have a little story going. Gigi attacked Blair. Blair got her back. the opening match on or not opening match. What was it on the I forget what the take not takeoff. What do they call these men? The kickoff. It was somewhat off. Blair got attacked by Gigi. Gigi gets a win back. She's able to outsmart Blair. Blair says this is not over, which it's not. Blair did her best impersonation of Braun Strowman when she says, "I'm not finished with you." Thank God she didn't go through a ambulance door. What did you think about this match? And we'll get into the chats after, but what did you think about this wrestling doll? Or Gigi doll. We might have to call you Gigi doll. Because I just realized you had the hat on. Take the floor.
Well, I had to put the hat on. We were talking about Gigi. But match was good. It did what it needed to do. I feel like with the way it's building up, I feel like one of the next few matches, if not a pay-per-view match between these two, is probably going to be it's probably going to be like what it was with her and JC Jane, which was a weaponized steel cage match.
JC was robbed.
No, she wasn't. But match was good. It did what it needed to do, push the feud even more, etc., etc. I just want to see these two basically have a straight 5 falls count anywhere match at this point. Either that or a steel cage. Either one of those is going to work.
We got shout out to George. I don't know how many zeros is that? I'm sorry. I always leave you as the point reader right here. I don't know how much point this was.
He gave 59 million negative points to Ilya Dragunov.
Good job, George. We got a guest in the chat. We got the last daddy, Big Daddy Cool. George says someone on social media said that the feud between Blair and Gigi is not hitting, but they want Gigi for the NXT Women's Champion. I mean, right now, she's doing a lot of I would say like side missions right now. Maybe eventually they can get her into going for the championship, but I don't see it right now, especially with Becky as a champ, because I see right now Lyra being the one to take it off her. We got Gigi got her look back. That's from Jeffrey. Bully Blair, Double B. We got Double B in the house. And we also got Jeffrey got the hashtag Blair. Oh, Bully Blair. I'm sorry. Double B. We have Double B. Next match we have was the very first match for the
women's breakout tournament.
Yes,
Kaylani Jordan versus Izzy Dame.
Look at this list right here. We have, like you said, Jordan and Dame, Grace and Jackson. What was that? Patrick, thank you. And I love how you broke that down for me. Thank you. That was very helpful. You remember the they want us to play a commercial, but we're gonna get through this and then a commercial. But Jada Parker, that was the one everyone thought that was gonna be Jade Cargill. They were like, look, that's why you gotta take it easy, guys. And you have Danny Palmer and Lola Vice. Who do you have as someone who do you got winning this tournament?
I feel like based on like popularity and how over, probably Kaylani.
You too, right? I there's something about her winning I would be for. You have all these other names in there, but the
only big thing about this tournament is that Ariana is the first one that's been in both NXT breakout tournaments.
We got George here, agree with Kaylani. He says is his favorite.
That be the favorite to win the whole tournament.
And we got Jeffrey. Lola Vice wins the tournament to be my next wife.
All right, Big Daddy Cool. I didn't know you were turning to the executive consultant with Jakara Jackson.
No, well, I gotta sit here and oh my God, you could tell he's still here. Like he's still here. You can still right there. I gotta sit here and say real quick, I don't think the last daddy would want to turn into the executive consultant. I gotta give it up to my man Steve. He got a nice head full of hair. The executive consultant, you could literally just paint the globe over his head because he's bald.
Like Baron Corbin?
Baron Corbin had way more hair than EC. Like way more.
Baron Corbin used to have hair. Now he don't no more. But frankly, he actually looks better with no hair.
Apparently we gotta play another commercial. So if someone could play the commercial who put up Jakara Jackson, the Jakara Jackson person, can you play a commercial for us? Do your job.
I'm not sure about this. He says that he wants to work. My thing is, I will always say this: if you do what you want to do when you can do it, right? I said something about CM Punk. When you are at a certain status in life, do what the fuck you want, right? So who am I as a wrestling fan to criticize him for that? Oh shit, Vaughn has something to say. Oh,
I got something to say real quick.
Movie.
Tony was like, "Come over,
coming to America." If a man wants to be called Muhammad Ali, you call the man Muhammad Ali. If the man wants to go to AEW to wrestle, you respect that.
I respect it. I'm just saying, just still though, you know, I just had to we ain't gonna get no Edge showcase on 2K for like 5 years.
Y'all gotta stop.
You're on mute, Jack.
I'm still on mute. I'm on mute. Can I be heard? Okay. I'm doing my best impersonation of Shay. I have a lot to say about that commercial. How do you have the commercial have Vaughn say, "I have a lot to say," and then you cut him off? Who the hell made that commercial? That
probably the same person who's done it to you before.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Who sits there and makes this? Whoever did that, you're selfish. Because
he's dying laughing on the bottom, so it's either him or his partner.
That was the rudest commercial I've ever seen in my life. I have a lot to say. Clip them right off. Who did that? Vaughn deserved way more respect than that. That was awful. See, look at Jeffrey. Jeffrey's saying Vaughn was going off. I wouldn't have known because of watching that shitty commercial. Whoever did that, justice for Vaughn. That's what I want. That's what I fucking want. Rude. It's always the high wigs. It's one of them, the big wigs always take it over. Let's continue talking. I'm sorry. Did we give our thoughts about Keanu Jordan and Izzy Dame? She got the win.
You know how to chat.
You want to say? You want to say anything because that commercial?
Let's do it for the lovely people. So why don't you go whoop that trick? You do the crowd. I will be Booker T.
Whoop that trick.
Whoop
that trick.
Yeah.
I can't keep going.
Whoop that trick. Yeah. Whoop that trick. Stop him. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Ooh. Absolutely. I loved all of it. Booker T needs to be featured on some. I know he did that track with Bad Bunny.
What? Yeah. I like it. Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Are you done?
Oh, God.
Do it one more time. Let's do it one more time.
Nope, I'm not doing it.
You don't want to do trick? You don't want to say?
Oh, my God. That was so funny.
You, EC.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Dude.
All right, I gotta. I'll play the role of barber.
You're a dick. Look at that. See, this is
out of here. Get him out of here.
No, I'm about to leave. He just said Ron had me in tears. He said exactly what I was thinking with Vaughn.
Part of me, if I couldn't finish
I have you play it. He was like, Vaughn comes in, I got a lot to say. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Because I the only one thought I was fucked up.
Are you all right? What is that?
I think he has some crap.
That was a good idea. It's like, I got a lot to say, Cluck.
Who made that commercial? Because that was.
It wasn't you?
I would have done that shit. I'm not that bad. I gotta go. God.
No, leave, please.
Let's just get into this damn main event.
Yeah.
Let's
Wait,
get into
hold
the
on.
main
We
event.
have to talk about why Kiana did what she did to Roxanne in the first place.
Sure, go ahead. Take the floor.
So we have a segment where Mackenzie is asking Kiana why she did what she did to Roxanne, even though she's on the phone, and she doesn't hear her for like 5 minutes, and then she's finally done, and she basically goes, well, Roxanne already had her chance one last year. I couldn't get her let another title run. You know who is in the breakout tournament? Me. You know who is a tag champion like she was? Me. It's me. She's just upset because she's not the center of attention. Newsflash, honey. No one's liked you since day one, and nobody's going to like you now.
Do you want to reveal?
I'm sorry.
As she sat here and
Can I say one thing?
No, get out of here.
I swear to God, I'll leave. I gotta address these comments real quick. They're funny. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll make it up to y'all. Look.
how?
George goes, Steve, do you think that Dom Mysterio is the greatest NXT North American champion of all time, right? And then Steve goes, George absolutely can't name me one better than Dom, right? So I can see the disappointment on George's face, like Elvis when he walks up to a girl. And then George goes, Steve, really? Steve goes, what that trick? Shout out to Barbara. And then George Lee goes, Wesley is the greatest NXT North American champion of all time. And Steve goes, Wesley came home a partner.
That was not Wesley's fault, and we all know it.
And then it doubled down because I cannot cry anymore.
Some stuff he said years ago and some allegations from his ex-wife. That's why.
Just when I think Steve couldn't be any funnier, he said Mike never lets anyone talk. Why is he always son?
I got rid of him.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna try to finish the show the best way possible. You was talking about I'm sorry, not Kiana.
About how nobody cares about her, nobody cares to her, nobody likes her. She's not the center of attention.
He's still laughing
as a manipulative, evil snake who will do anything to destroy people's dreams and be happy. Just so you can be happy. Why would people like you and pay attention to you? No one likes you, Kiana James. That means you're doing your job as a heel. Deal with it. You're one of the top 3 heels in NXT as far as the women after JC.
Ooh. Wow. Check that out.
Which her match with Thea versus Lola Vice and Alexa was a fun match.
Hold on. I wanted, just before you go any further, because we were talking about that, but I did want to. Kiana James said that next week Roxanne Perez is going to have a opponent next week. Do you know who her opponent is?
The Empress of Tomorrow.
I have a picture. I have a picture on how I feel about this match with her, Roxanne, and Asuka. You want to see it?
Go ahead.
Right here. I hope the best for Roxanne because she is going to be taken to she's going to get her ass kicked. Point blank.
That's the point. That's what Kiana wants to do. She wants to destroy Roxanne Perez because people like her and nobody likes Kiana James.
I feel like there's one person in the world that likes, and I don't get it. But yeah.
Oh no, there's 2 people that like Kiana James. Kiana James and your partner on the Big Pop Theory podcast.
I'm trying to teach her the right way.
I know you're trying to fix the error of her ways and that, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
That sucks.
I know.
You were talking about real quick before we get to the main event. Thea Hale and JC James. Go ahead, take the floor.
Thea Hale with Chase U because they offered to go out there with her. Well, Duke suggests it. Well, they kind of suggest and they kind of take it like, oh, you mean like chaperoning, watching her? Thea was like, no. But then Jason's like, no, wait a minute. This could be a good idea. In a way of like, let you guys see what I've done to help her improve. And then they go. And then it's versus Lola Vice and Elektra because Thea Hale posted a picture on social media of her outfit saying she's a grown-ass woman. Elektra's like, one shopping spree doesn't make you a grown-ass woman. And JC said, worry about your meal ticket, not Thea. And then that's how the match came to be. And of course, you had Thea and Lola go in there. The audience was literally split in two, chanting, let's go Thea, let's go Lola. I was like, oh God, if they have somebody pin Lola, they're going to have that person be hated again, which will give some good heel heat to somebody. But Elektra takes the pin because she gets put in a Kimura clutch.
Yeah.
And taps out right away. I did not think that one was going to tap out that soon. I did not think she was going to tap out that
listen, listen, you get locked in the Kimura lock, your arm's going this way. Yeah, tapping on beat and stuff like that. Yeah, no.
That woman likes to play that she is tough as nails, hard as rocks, and that's why I did not think that. All I was thinking was, thank God it wasn't Lola, because we really did not need more people getting booed just because Lola got pinned again. And I know it's probably going to happen, and I know it ain't going to happen in the next breakout tournament match because Lola is going to beat Danny Palmer, unfortunately.
Is that the next match for the next match?
No, that's the last match, but that's just my prediction for it. The next match is going to be Jakara versus Ariana, and if Ariana loses, I'm going to be upset only because she came back after an injury and participated in a beauty pageant.
Right. I see Jakara going over. I think that was the match. I think that was the match Jeffrey was talking about where his two faves were going at it. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Take the floor.
All I'm going to say is I would prefer Ariana to win because I've been a fan of hers since before she got called up, before she went to audition. Just try out for it and actually get in this time. I just like Ariana Grace. I've met her before she got signed, and she's a sweet person, and I would hate for her to lose coming back into this.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I just wish they put her up against like Danny or something, so that way she could have gone up the next bracket.
We got a few comments here. We got George. He says Ariana is going to defeat Jakara Jackson. Just my opinion. Okay, we'll see. We'll see next week.
Done some training and stuff while being out, so it could probably help.
And we got Steve, who says Roxy ain't ready for Austin. No, she's not. Not at all.
She's not, and Kiana knows that, and that's why she called her in the first place.
And let's get to this main event. I'm sorry, real quick, and I probably should save this for the after show, but did you look down and see that this man was still laughing?
You mean before he disappeared?
Yes. He was still. Yeah. He was. I've never seen that man laugh that long, like ever. I've never seen him laugh. Like he'll laugh for 2 minutes or a minute, but to see him laugh for a whole 6 minutes. I hope you guys record that because we might never see that again.
I didn't want to record that, so I'm good.
There we go. We have Trick Williams.
Screen as soon as he kept going.
We have Trick Williams going against Dirty Dom. Real quick before this segment, we
joins him again. Surprise, surprise. And
what?
Who else comes out to join? The rest of the Judgment Day. And I thought, oh, they're coming out to watch Dominic lose? And my hopes and dreams were shattered. I was like, why did y'all give Trick the title for 7 days if y'all's original plan, when the other person who was supposed to be in the match then wasn't going to win the title in the first place? Why didn't y'all just let him keep that belt if y'all were going to have him win it back?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't
trying to push the storyline of Trick and Mello eventually going one-on-one against each other. That was not the way to go.
I don't know what they're trying to do here. That was weird to me. You know, Trick won. I thought he was gonna, and I didn't expect.
Raquel lose the NXT Women's Tag Team belt in 3 days to give it back to Toxic Attraction after winning it from them.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand any of this. I was actually really deflated seeing Dom, which means they did a fantastic job of.
It was literally the worst 15 minutes of my life, and the minute he won, it turned off. I literally off the website I was watching it on. I was like, nope, I'm not watching. I'm done. I don't care what they do afterwards. I'm not watching it.
They yeah, no, when they did all that, I don't know what direction they're going in. And not for nothing, on Monday, Rhea said, if you don't win, don't bother coming home, and made me start to think they're really gonna put the title back on Dom. And I was hoping that they wouldn't do that. They did it. They made Trick looks good though. Trick looked really good in this thing though, because he it took like all 5 of members. I don't even know how many members of Judgment Day at this point.
There's 4 with 1 honorary member in JD McDonough, because he's trying to join, but Damian is like, no, I don't like you. Don't even try to join. You're not part of the Judgment Day. What's the point? Even though all that JD has done is try to help, and even gave Damian his senior Money in the Bank briefcase.
He did give him that. A nice briefcase at that. But yeah, Dom getting the win, I didn't like it. I mean, I'm over this whole. I was over it. I was like, yeah, all right.
You know why he won it? Because he actually had Mommy there. You know why he lost? Because Mommy wasn't there. He can't win. He can't do anything without her controlling him like a little puppet, telling him what to do.
I saw George. He said this match was myth, not myth, but meh. And yeah, I don't think the work was. I do want to put more spotlight on Trick, because I thought Trick looked pretty damn good here. I know that
Trick looked good. There were people wearing T-shirts with his name on it. They had signs said "Whoop that Trick" with the WWE W. Like they had a Trick Williams section. He was getting over it, and then they do this again.
Yeah, we got also Jeffrey. He's saying I'm over it. He wanted to see what would happen if Dom lost. Dom would have probably just been I don't think he would have been kicked out, but I think they would have just been like
he would have been in limbo. He would have been like on trial at this point to try to see if he could redeem himself. He could have tried going after a mid-card title.
Jeffrey says, Mommy been kissing Dom on the cheek lately. Judgment Day is like the bloodline. Remember when Sammy was the honorary Oos? Honorable Oos. That's why JD McDonough is the honorable Judgment Day. I mean, eventually he's going to be a part of the group, though. He's going to be officially. But right, that's what was Sammy too. Sammy was eventually a part of the bloodline, which is kind of hilarious looking back. You have all these Samoans and the one Canadian guy. But that was NXT. Real quick before we go off the air, Mello said, he had a conversation with one Jonathan Cena, the 15th. I don't know why. It's
world champion.
There we go. Matter of fact, the 16th. There we go. Jonathan Cena, the 16th of Planet C Nation. Planet C Nation. No, it would be C Nation.
Or Planet Economics. Whatever works.
No, that's alternative John Cena. That's like this is Superman John Cena. That would be like Arrow Batman. I mean Arrow Cena, Arrow Batman. Jesus Christ, it's late. But he mentioned how John Cena is going to be in his corner next week in his match against Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman didn't want to just leave all the fun to one Jonathan Cena. He said, at first I thought he was going to say Roman was going to be in his corner. I was about to say, yo, that's big. But right, Roman don't do Tuesdays. Nor does Roman does.
Not Brock Lesnar. He just goes there part-time and only defends the title every 5 months or every 8 months or every year, because apparently he doesn't need to show up anymore.
He's just living the dream.
He's just living the dream, training and doing nothing on TV until he gets called in for whatever pay-per-view they decide to bring him in, which apparently is not Fastlane.
You know why he's not on Fastlane? Because he wants to stay in his own lane.
He wants to stay on his island of relevancy, which I will never go to.
I couldn't go there. I don't think I have the money. We got in the chat, Cody is going to be on NXT as well. Yep. Yeah, I saw that. I missed a good portion of what
he was going to make on there, so we don't.
He has an announcement he's going to make. We got Out the Mud. So much star power in NXT next week. What AEW got a dinosaur versus dinosaur match? Jesus. Roman is John Cena. We don't see him. You think you're so funny, don't you, Jeffrey?
Well, he's not wrong. We don't see him. When is the last time we've seen Roman Reigns on TV?
It's been a minute. I think it was that last episode of SmackDown after SummerSlam.
Exactly our point.
That's why Roman Reigns' title has been lackluster.
Roman's doing right now.
But Paul Heyman's going to be in Braun's corner next week. Next week, I think AEW is going to be on. Not even I think they're going to be on Tuesday. NXT said, "Yeah, all right, we got you," and they're stacking this card. So we'll be back here next week to be doing more NXT. We're going to do some cheap plugs real quick. Mondays you can catch Mike Knox. He has a show. He cuts people off midway of their sentence. So you can check out the Mike Knox show at 6 p.m. You can catch us back here also on Tuesdays, right after NXT go off the air. We got the Last Daddy Jack Pack for life, right? The Jack Pack community. I have merch to sell that I have not sold yet. But you could also on Wednesdays. I think there's some people who's going to be hosting AEW this week. You can catch them right after Dynamite. Is there any wrestling show? I'm not sure if we're having a top 5 this week. Saturdays, there's a Monday night. Monday night. It's a Raw. Huh?
We have Fastlane on Saturday.
And we have Fastlane on Saturday. But I think they're going to do it for Sunday, though. I think they save it for the next day.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's the wrestling show we have coming up.
Plug the Fastlane prediction. Yes, the Last Daddy and the executive grandpa, they did a review on. Oh no, they did a prediction show last night. So catch that. These two are great together. I know this because anytime Steve is on air, you never see Chris laugh with anybody. it's honestly beautiful. It's actually really magical. Okay, I think that's already been up. I'm making sure. But that's the show. I think anything else? Oh, UPRE, they're doing some things. There's a link to their channel. You can catch them. They I don't know if they're done with Saw, but
no, they're not done with Saw. They just reviewed Saw 3D.
George, stop that. Your sweater's obviously too. What did George say? The greatest duo. See, thank you, George. See, Steve. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. The Last Daddy. You know, the second person with the best hair on the male side of Unpopular Review. But George is spitting facts. That's why we don't mop it up. We leave the facts on the floor because he's spitting, which is very nasty. But watch Unpopular Review, the entertainment side, Wrestling Doll. Please plug there's a link to your YouTube because tell them what you're growing to, the numbers and everything. Just tell the people.
Well, I have my channel, The Unofficial Camera Woman, where I go throughout Central Florida and film wrestling matches in different companies all throughout. I frequent some because they're just great. We're at that 892 counts, trying to make it go higher and higher, and hopefully I get to that 1,000. And then I'll just
You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there before the year is up. Keep up the fantastic work, Wrestling Doll. There's a link to the Big Pop Theory podcast as well. We review all the week of wrestling. You catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. We're trying to utilize our YouTube channel a little bit more. On Thursday, friend of the show and Cat We Trust is collabing with Big Pop. They review NXT as well. If you want to hear Shay Sawyer's meltdowns, because I'm pretty sure she's going to yell about something. I don't know. She yells a lot. But that's the show. That's his Unpopular Review. Continue to follow us on all the social media platforms. And I think that's all we got here. So let's call it a night. I'm sorry. Do you hear that?
Yes, I hear it, and I'm not doing it, though.
That's fine. You don't have to. I'm going to bob my head to this because this shit is a banger right here. There we go. But we're going to end the show here. Whoa. Turn that down a little bit. Turn that shit down. This is not the Bronx. That's the show. Unpopular Review. Let's go home. Please hit the outro and all that stuff so we can leave as I continue to bob my head.